Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for watching. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, it's going to be a story time video while me getting ready and beating my face. So if you want to hear all the juicy deets, then just keep on watching. So for today's look, I'm going to be using the James Charles palette. I know it took me a long time to even get this palette. I was really hyped for it, but my bank account wasn't hyped for it. So it took me longer than usual to get it, but you know, I have it in my possession now, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do a little natural look because I'm going to work after this, and you know, I don't want to be all, you know, so these shade names are so funny. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna go in with is Punch Me. That's the, like, oh, should I show? That is this shade right here. I'm just gonna go in with that. So today's video is going to be a little story time of the worst client that I've ever had in my entire life. And keep in mind, I don't have many clients. Hold on. Okay, this is going to be my mirror right here, so in case y'all see that. Alright, so I'm just putting this in my crease. It's pretty light. So, anyway. So, like I said, I don't have many clients. Like, I have, like, my go-to ones who, like, you know, always book me for, you know, dances whenever they're having an event, you know. Nothing crazy. I'm not like doing Kim Kardashian or nothing, you know. They're my friends, my homegirls. So I'm doing this girl. I shouldn't use the real names, so let's call her I can't even remember names if I were to even. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Call her. We're gonna call her Alex. Okay, Alex is something I can't remember. Alright, so pretty much I'm doing this girl Alex's well, I'm going to do this girl Alex is Alex's makeup. Fuck. Anyway, for winter formal. So, you know, this one I had my little beat up car. I'm driving to her house. You know, I see, like, outside her house, she already has, like, some friends that are, like, taking pictures. I'm sure she's waiting inside. So I'm like, oh, cool. This is probably the house because, you know, everyone's all giddy and dressed up, obvi. And then so I come in. Okay, so before that, as I'm driving it and I'm looking at these, you know, people dressed up, this one girl gives me like the death stare, and you know, so I'm just like, okay, maybe she just obviously doesn't, she's like, oh, whose fucking car is this? Because like it's a dead end street, so you know, some people are like, who are these people come into rolling through the house and they've never seen my car before, so get it, whatever. And once I go in, I see my girl Alex, and I'm like, oh, hey, what is, you know, let's get this show on the road. And so first I start off with like prepping her skin, putting some moisturizer, putting some primer. And, you know, then the first thing that I do is her brows. And keep in mind, she has pretty thin eyebrows, so, you know, so I putting them on. I'm filling in her natural eyebrow because she didn't request for like, oh, make my eyebrows thicker, you know. She's more like natural. She wants to look like herself, but just more glamorous. So that's what I was giving to her. So I was filling in her natural eyebrows, and then I was gonna beat that face. So as I'm doing this, her friend, the one who mad dogged me outside, let's call her, let's see, let's call her, just kidding. We'll call her, I don't know, Betsy. No, that's my friend's car. Okay, let's call her, we'll just say Betty. That's close. Okay. So Betty comes in and she's having like an ugly face, and her other friend is there too. So it's Betty and another friend. Let's see, I'm trying to look at some names here. Do I have Kylie? I see Kylie Jenner up there. So Betty and Kylie, they're coming in. Kylie, you know, she's nice, she's minding her own business. They're both already ready, dressed up, dolled up, makeup on, everything. Okay, I like this transition shade, wow. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Boutique. That's what I'm doing. I'm not gonna show y'all. Y'all are just here for the freaking, for the entertainment. Okay. Alright, so they're all dolled up, whatevs. And, you know, it's called Alex is enjoying me putting on her, snatching those eyebrows, doing, you know, whatever. She's just closing her eyes, having me do all the things. And Betty is like up on my ass, like, you know, looking at what I'm doing. And I'm not saying anything because, first of all, I know people love to like watch, you know, other people create shit. I mean, that's how I was. I mean, I wasn't in their space, but of course I was paying attention just because, you know, people like to know, and that's okay. So I was fine with that. But then she made a remark, and she was like, shouldn't she make her eyebrows thicker? But I'm probably saying it way nicer, because when it came out her mouth, I was like, what? You know, she was so rude. It like sounded so rude. And keep in mind, I don't know who the fuck Betty is. Like, I've never seen her in my life. Don't know who she is. Don't know where she came from. Like, I was just taken back because, you know, I'm a nice person. I really am. And, you know, I've never been in altercations because I'm a nice person. So I don't have beef with no one. So I was just like, what? And I was like, no, I'm, you know, filling in her natural eyebrow. Thank you for that, though, you know, whatever. And then she like gives me an ugly look, and I'm still shook. I'm just like, because I have no idea what I did to this girl. Like, did I give you an ugly look? Did I do something? Like, I had no connection to her at all. And so then, you know, she walks out of the room, whatever. And then the girl that I'm doing makeup on, Alex, she's like, oh, let me just get something really quickly, whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, fine, whatever. So then she leaves the room too. And then I find this, like, this part of the story afterwards, because, you know, I do Betty's, no, not Betty, no, not Betty. I do Alex's makeup quite often for events, you know, because, you know, I'm her go-to, it is, you know, just like that. So she tells me afterwards, so that's why I'm filling in the gaps here, that she told Betty, which is, you know, her friend, she was like, you're being so rude, you know, whatever, like, you need to leave because that's so uncomfortable, you're being Rude to my makeup artist, me. And so pretty much she stood up for me and, you know, told Betty to get the heck out because that type of energy is not okay and all this stuff. She told her, like, that's just unacceptable. And when I found that out after, I was like, oh my god, you're so sweet, thank you so much. But anyway, so, you know, she kicked her out and never saw Betty again. And I was like, okay, that was like, at the moment, you know, the first encounter, I was like, oh my god, that's so weird, you know, like, in my head. And I couldn't stop thinking about it, even though it was like a little like comment, like the way she said it was just so rude, and I was taken back, and I had no idea who she was, like, you know, whatever. So later on, this is when the juice comes. This is when the juice starts to happen. So later on, I see one of my good friends. I would say good friends. I mean, we were like friends for like, I don't know, maybe 3 days. But it was great at the time of, you know, our friendship. And so he posted on his Twitter, we'll call him, Jeez, it's so hard to come up with names. Chris. We'll call him Chris. So Chris posted on his Twitter that, and keep in mind, I didn't see it from his feed. I'll let you know after, but someone had retweeted it, and I was following him, obviously, because he was my friend. And he was posing with Betty, and I was like, now I get it. Now I get it. So there's just so much tea to this. Anyway, so I'm like, I understand now why this girl is pressed. So, some background information. I was with this guy for like almost 3 years, not Chris, but some other, you know, dude, and, you know, once we broke up, I was like probably, I don't know, 3 weeks of breaking up, maybe a month, you know. The other dude who I was with moved on, doing his own stuff, and I was like, you know what, I need to go party, blah, blah, blah. Me and Chris were very great friends. I was, you know, under the influence, you know, that's what happens at parties. I was with my girlfriends, you know, just having a great time, trying to escape, and, you know, whatever. So, I didn't want to dance with anyone at the party that was, like, random, like, not someone who I knew, because that's just not me, and, you know, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. So I saw Chris at the party, and mind this is before Chris and Betty even started talking, even started communicating. This was like months prior, months. So I'm not a homewrecker, nothing like that. So I saw Chris at the party. I was like, oh my god, hey Chris, what? Oh wow, what are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. So we started talking, it was a cool time. And since we were friends, I was like, oh, do you want to dance? You know, me being comfortable, me wanting to, you know, party it up and not have some random dude dance with me. I was like, you know what, I already know Chris. We're on a good friendship level. I don't think nothing's gonna be like too weird, you know? Like, we're cool with each other. Bam, that's what's gonna happen. So then he was like, yeah, of course, yeah, let's dance. So we're both like messed up, and so we're partying it up, dancing, and okay, what else am I gonna do to this eye? Look. So back to my story. Alright, so me and Chris, we were dancing, having a good time. It was great, you know, me thinking, you know, oh, we're friends. This is awesome. I don't have to worry about some random dude. It was just great. It was a fun time. Next thing I know, I'm dancing, whatever. Chris grabs my face, turns me around, and we smooch. And it was like not a whole makeout session. I wasn't there for like 10 seconds. It was probably like a 2 to 2.5 second kiss maximum. And that was the only time we kissed. So we kissed once. Because after that I was like, okay, that wasn't what I was going for here, you know. But he shot his shot and he didn't make it at the end. So it was just like, that was a little awkward. Well, not awkward, because I didn't want to make it awkward, you know, but I was like, oh, what you doing there, sir? Oh my god, this is the worst cut crease I've ever done in my life. That looks decent. Okay, so we smooched one time. That was it for the night. After that, I was hesitant to like keep dancing with him because I didn't want to give him the wrong idea, you know. Just got out of a relationship and I was like not about to have it, you know. I just let my heart I don't even know what to say. Give my heart a rest and not jump into nothing, because that's not what I was about. And so then after that, we were just like talking the rest of the night. It was cool. He was trying to like make more moves and I was just like, oh, hold up there. You know, but I didn't want to be rude. No, whatever. So the night ends. So we only smooched one time. That was it. I went home, you know, texted him. Well, he tried texting me and I was just like, you know what? It's just not gonna happen. Not that I told him like that, you know. I'm a nice person. I was just like, you know, I just want to be friends. I'm not trying to be in a relationship. You know, just be nice, because I'm not rude, and he was a good friend before that, you know, and that's not what I was trying to like mess up. I needed a friend more than a boyfriend or whatever. But I thought, since, you know, we kissed, that wasn't gonna happen again, which, you know, ended up leading to our friendship just disappearing. Really just disappeared there. And so we never talked after that, like, ever. Actually, I lie. We talked once after, because I explained the story of Betty, how she was so rude. Anyway. My battery's gonna die. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna speed up the story. So, pretty much, that was it. That was the end of our friendship, blah, blah, blah. So when I saw the picture of him, and, well, of Chris and Betty on Twitter, I was like, oh, boom, connection. That's why she was angry and pressed at me, because, you know, I kissed Chris. Not really like I kissed Chris, but, you know, we kissed, because I'm not gonna, I didn't like push him off. Like I said, I'm not rude. Let things happen. So, you know, she was pressed about that. And so I told him, what's it called? I DM'd him on Snapchat. And it was like after, you know, their dance thing. I told him, I was like, hey, I don't even know what I told him. Pretty much what I said. I, you know, told him the experience that I had with Betty. And And he was like, I'm so sorry about that. You know, she heard that, you know, we kissed or whatever, and she was angry. And keep in mind, they weren't even together. They hadn't even known that they were gonna like each other then. Like, they had no connection at that point of mine and Chris's kiss. So I didn't understand. So I told him, I was like, but that was way before you guys were even talking, correct? And he was like, yes. That's why I don't know what her problem is. And so I was like, yeah, I don't know either, you know, because we're cool. And pretty much he told me, and I don't want to throw Chris under the bus, but he was like, you know, she's just a little crazy. I don't want to say crazy. I'm not trying to be mean, you know, but ultimately he said she's crazy. And pretty much she told him to like block me on everything. So he unfollowed me on Twitter, he unfollowed me on Instagram, and she didn't know that he still had me on Snapchat. So he said like, oh, you know, she told me to block you on everything. She was like so angry, or I don't know what, but you know, she found out and she was pressed. I have no clue, because I didn't know this girl. We had only kissed once, and I was just like, whoa, this is a little much, you know, to handle. And he was like, yeah, she's a little wild. Not wild. She's fucking crazy. But now I know the reason why she was giving me a whole lot of attitude. Oh my god, I forgot primer. Fuck. Oh well. Anyway, so now I know that she was just pressed that me and Chris had kissed like months prior before them getting together. Which I don't understand, but you know, I just don't know, you know. I don't want to say she was jealous, because me and Chris didn't have anything, like, so I don't know what she would be jealous of, you know. But what is? And yeah, so there's my tea for you guys. And I'm gonna beat my face off camera because no, I have no more awesome stories to that. Ultimately, yep, that was it. That was it. So I'm just, yeah. And now he blocked me on everything, so you know, I don't really have any communication with him, and we're not friends anymore. We never talked after that, and I'm pretty sure she hates me, so yeah. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my crazy story time, and you know, you loved all the juice and the tea being spilt. If you guys know who this person is, well, just don't try to figure it out, because you know, I'm not trying to invade their privacy. I don't know what. I made fake names, everything. This was just telling my side of the story. And yeah, so this is how my makeup came out. You know, real simple, nothing too crazy, but yeah, so if you like this video and if you want to hear more of my juicy story times, then like this video, and I'll see you in my next one.